Hi, it's me back with my 5 issues. I call them health determinants: education, health, employment, housing, and transport. Second, I keep on saying to you the problems we have in Uganda, they are problems we can sort out ourselves. We don't need any help. We have enough money, we have enough manpower. All we need is to organize. So let me give you an example. Uganda, we've had fire, catching up, Amasiro, catching up, school dormitories, catching up, business buildings in Kampala, catching up, houses everywhere. So what have we done? The children were killed in school fire in the dormitory, and that happened in Ubudo again. What did we do? We didn't do anything. Are we following that one up? Are we having safety measures to stop that happening again? Why don't we look about health and safety? Health and safety is where you, the owner, and the business, they work in a safe environment. So it would be the school, the building would be safe. The employer, that is the owner, would be safe, and the children would be safe. How does Uganda survive without health and safety in Uganda as a big government initiative? I don't know. We live on a tiny bomb and a baldy time. We need health and safety to be set in place from head to toe. Did you know that developed countries, health and safety is the boss? The country cannot move without health and safety. You must say, okay, we have it, that's fine. But health and safety covers the whole issue, what you want to involve. You can't find that when I talk about health, I can bring in issues for health and safety. When I talk about murder, I can bring in health and safety. Point number 2, youth arrested. Most of them, they are saying people power. It has become a problem. Everyone can see it, that there is something wrong. Has the government sat down and asked themselves, is there anything we can do for these young people apart from saying they are destabilizing their country? They are abusing us. We can't keep on rejecting people. They are our own. We have to look at the problems. After all these problems, they've been created by current government. There is no way to escape from that. Maybe you can look at young people. First of all, too many. Why too many? No, it's not. Why too many? Give them family planning. Give family health education to the parents. When you look at young people, they are everywhere, there are no jobs. Then create jobs. Keep them in school. Give them something to do. There are lots of things we can do in their community, sports, that can occupy them. But if we think it's not our problem, we live in denial. Uganda is going to grow into problems and problems. We must seek answers. When these young people, they are desperate, we must seek answers why they are desperate. It will not help us to go ahead without these young people. Young people, they are the future of our country. You have to know that. We have to know that. So if you dismiss them at your peril. In Uganda, the age between the old, those in power, and the youngest is about 30 something. We have to reduce it. So let us look for answers. So health, every day there is something dodgy in our health institutions. Medicine destroyed, medicine stolen, medicine expired, not enough beds, nothing, no doctors, no electricity, midwife uses torches, no equipment in the hospital, not even gloves. Come on, that is not acceptable. So aren't we meant to be solving those problems? Luther Chen, what do you do? Do you evaluate what has not worked, what has worked, why there is no equipment in the hospital, why mothers should deliver when a nurse is using their torch on the phone? We have to look at the things very simple and clear. Don't exaggerate. Let us have records. Let us look at that. Let us look how many people died of malaria every day. How many young people died of this. How many women they have delivery before they reach hospital. How many women they died during labor. Let's see what area has it got typhoid. What about HIV? What group is it prevalent? We cannot leave things like that and sweep them under the carpet. We have to seek for answers ourselves. Look at the accidents, road accidents, everywhere they happen. So why don't we look at the drivers? How do they attend? How do they get their work permits? Who trains them? Let us look at the vehicle owner. Let us look at how somebody was being employed. We can do this for Ugandans. Let us not sit back. Look at the media. What are they doing? Nothing. Criticizing, and they fear to talk about the big man. That is not fair to anybody. All the journalists live in Uganda because their earning may be $1 million, $4 million. That doesn't make you exempt from the problems, because the $4 million you earn, somebody is gonna come when they don't have medication in the hospital. But if you report it and you insist, something will pay up. Good job, NTV. You stuck with the story of nodding disease in northern Uganda until when you got it from somewhere. Now the parliament, they can think and talk about it, how they're gonna help those people. Let us keep stories alive. Let us not bury them under the carpet. One day something comes and there is excitement, there is hysteria. Then after 3 days, it's gone. We need to look at these murders. Who killed Kawes? Who killed Yasin, Bobby Wine's driver? Who killed all those Muslim clerics? Who killed Chirumila? Simple. We have CCTV camera. What are they for? Let us look at simple facts, evaluate, use them, use statistics to deal with our problems. Then you see, there is a research that came out that 70% of children of 7 years, they are dropout. Let us look at the facts. Why 7 years? 70% is too high, for Christ's sake. Too high. Let us find out, why do these children drop out? Are they living with their parents? Are the parents dead? Do they have school fees? Do they have meals? What is there? What about the school? Why are they not attracted to stay in school? What about we look at the educational curriculum? Maybe you can look at somebody might have a learning disability somewhere and they need support along the way to get them onto the line, to catch up with the other able children. Fellow Ugandans, I still think we can solve our problems. When you hear people talking about poverty, poverty does not come from heaven. Poverty does not come from heaven. You cannot sit there. It can be that some people, they don't want to work, but some people, they want to work, there is no job. So what is poverty? Why is Uganda sinking into poverty? Government borrowing went up 40%. Our borrowing is over and over. World Bank does not want to borrow us money. So what do we do as Ugandans? Can't we seek answers why people, they are poor? It could be people, they are having too many children. It could be that people, they cannot manage their money. That's where education comes from. It could be that people, they cannot bring their products into town. That goes back to transportation. It could be that people, they don't have warehouse or houses like you see Batembe being chased on the street. They don't have premises to use them to sell their product. That goes back to housing. It could be that people, they are not well enough. Today they are well, 10 days they are not well. That links you back to health. So when you ignore the social issues, you are putting the country into a danger, big one. And to take Uganda out of it's gonna take restructure. We're gonna need austerity to live within our means. We have too many MPs that we don't need. We have too many ministers that we don't need. We have too many presidential advisors that we don't need. We give MPs vehicles. They don't need them, or Uganda cannot afford them. Go back to the history of Uganda. Members of parliament used to be ex-retired teachers. And they were given transport and also meal allowances. But now an MP will have a vehicle over 200, whatever, I don't know, but it's a lot of money. They have petrol or fuel tax exemption. And then we hear they will be getting sharpshooters. So resource, where are we going to get those people guarding all those MPs? And if MP cannot walk on the street where people, they voted him or her, let them get out of their house. The house, the parliament, that is what I mean. You have to get out of the house. What you gonna do when you get there, my dear? What you gonna do? You tell me. What you gonna do? You can't walk on the street, but you were elected as representative of your constituents. Get out there, get out there, fellow Ugandan. I don't use the word sister or brother, because sister or brother means a lot to me. When I see people praying around my sister, my brother, I say, no, it shouldn't be. Our problems, we can sort them. Look at the blocked drains. Mayors, wherever you go, they're being elected by people, and people who love them, who like them. So get the people to organize them to earn block. Give them a rationale why you need those blocks to be flowing very well. But look at Kiru, this stinking, smelling. Kampala, drive a car between 4 and 5. It will be stinking. What is stinking there? Can't we do it ourselves? Can't we organize? Can't we mobilize? Why do we mobilize people for election? We can make brooms. We can make sharp sticks to unblock them. Why do we think, government at Yambe, we need money? No, we don't need money. We need our brain, and we need ourselves to start working. Just like you are starting your own life. You start like you have to find an income, you have to build a house, you have to do this. Why do we think they have to give us? We don't need to be given. I've given you enough example, a lot of example I can give everyday daylight. But let me end up with this one. People power. Last year, November, December, Bobby, Alua. We saw free Bobby wine all over the whole world. It's never happened. Even in Japan. No. Yes, it did. We saw videos on YouTube, everywhere, social media, in the newspaper, free Bobby wine. If you ever said it that time, this is the time to follow your word. Don't give up, because no one is going to do it for you. You have to do it. Everybody came in support of Bobby Wine. You should stay put and support him. If you change your mind, good luck. That's no problem. I summarize, the problems we have, we can solve them ourselves. I repeat that. The problems we have, we can solve them ourselves. As long as we put the priorities, as long as we know what is the pressing need, as long as we choose the right people in the right position, as long as they come up with a policy, as long as we implement them, as long as we evaluate, as long as we start doing things by ourselves. Let us stop thinking we have to get money from the government. The more you say that, you are making those people in the government big and big, to feel big and big, whereas that shouldn't be. There are things we can do without food, without money. Why do we keep on going on about we need money, we need money, we need money? Even just imagine, people they die in northern Uganda, getting food from abroad. And then you read in the newspaper, we get our food from Turkey, from Belgium, from Italy. Goodness me, Uganda is good land. Our land is so good. We are blessed with a good land, fertile. We can get programs to get food. What do you think people in Egypt do? What do you think people in Libya do? It's full of desert. It's very hot. Do they stay hungry? Have you ever heard them that they are collecting money from Uganda? They are collecting food from Uganda? No, they haven't. But in Uganda, we need people who are in university, technically, get them out. Every end of the year, even before, give them their placement, give them assignment, how they can find ways to get money for to get food for northern Uganda. We shall find a solution. It's not a bulletproof. You have to look at all angles. What about if you make it like a competition as well? You can get somebody who is gonna come with a good idea. But what we see in Uganda, everyone is positioning their eyes on the government. This government is not doing anything. And the most important mistake Uganda are going to make is to say we stay where we are. For 30 years, 33, nothing. No medicine in the hospital. Somebody is saying, all right, we stay there. Children, they are not going to school. All right, we stay there. No roads. All right, we stay there. We are homeless. All right, we stay there. Are you for real? Why would you stay there when there is an alternative? There is a reason. All these titles you see, minister, president, mayor, they are titles. They are not permanent names. That means you can leave them. And that is why I keep on going back to education. Because when you are in school, they choose prefect. They choose classroom leaders. And when you go to another class, you lose that title. How long does Makerere Guild University have a president? Once, one term. So that in mind, it teaches you that leadership will come and go and others will take over. But if you insist that you want to be a leader because you are good, that is not on. So fellow Ugandans, all our problems, we can sort them. If you carry on thinking we can be there, or we rather have this than what we haven't seen, My dear mama, you are in for something. You are creating something very bad for your future generation. We want to live in Uganda, which is good. We want to live in future Uganda, which will be good. And the future Uganda, which will be good, we have to work for that for today. It's not going to come from heaven that this is a beautiful Uganda. We have to put our foot down. What you gonna say when you have your grandchildren? What you gonna do when your grandchildren, they say, oh, Jaja, you did this for us? Please, let us see the light. Sometimes you take a risk if you are doing business. Sometimes you gamble. What comes out? It can be failure or success. But if you don't try, you don't buy a lottery, you won't win. If you don't buy a ticket, you won't win a lottery. I'm telling you. You won't. And if you stick with something that has not worked, and then you don't care, then you are letting your country down. You are letting your future children down. Media, you have to say what is right. Stop being critical to opposition. Stop being fearful. You are fearful. You want to keep your jobs. And what you like to say, oh, these people, they go for money. But there is overriding factor why they go for money. Allow me to take you back. Our constitution, what does it say? Everybody working in the office shall give accountability. I can assure you, if accountability was in State House and Entebbe, no one would get money. Can you go to Washington, White House, and you say, oh, so and so is good, they will give you money? No, they can't give you money. That money can't be just given like that for praising somebody. Can you go down the street and say, oh, so and so is what? Then they give you money? No, that is the sticking factor, lack of accountability. If accountability was there, I'm sure money, no one would go and get money from the State House in Entebbe. And if we had a decentralization, that money wouldn't be in State House. State House, the bill is too much, over 500 per day. That money should go to local centers, local headquarters, where that money is well distributed. But because it's one place, everyone is running for there. So money is mismanaged. But if somebody comes and say, oh, Wangala, we'll give you votes, you are the best, and then you give them money, that is not credible. If there is accountability, those people can be caught for being corrupt because they are taking money which is not theirs. I repeat to you, fellow Ugandans, our problems, we can solve them. All we need smart brains. We need people to come up with simple ideas which are applicable. Don't look anywhere. Don't look anywhere. How could somebody, our speaker, get sick, exhaustion, and be sent to Nairobi? When you're exhausted, what you need is water. We don't have IV fluids, saline, water with the salt. We don't have it. No hospital can help our speaker for being exhausted. Our problems, we can solve them. And we are making other countries rich. I'm sure India, in their budget, they know they will get $1 billion from Uganda. $1 billion in shillings. I don't know how much is it in rupees. We can sort our problems. But until we start, we're going to be there. If you accept, then, my dear, you accept it. When others, they don't accept, please let them go ahead. Because there is something out there for everybody to get. If we try, we can sort our problems without any help from above, without any help from abroad. We can sort it out. Uganda has got so many educated people. You ask me what I can ask, what group I can ask them. If it is fighting fire, I will tell them what to do and what I want from them, and I'll pursue them. I will evaluate. I'll keep on pushing them. Ask me how we're going to eradicate poverty. I will tell them. Ask me how we're going to sort out our education. I will tell you. How are we going to help our ailing healthcare institution? I will tell you. What to help people to get decent housing? I will tell you. Transportation? I will tell you. We need to start. We can set up targets. Let me give you an example. If NRM government set out that in the first 5 years, I'm going to deal with education, 10 years, then health, 15 housing, 20 transportation, then 25 creation of jobs, Uganda would be as good as somewhere we admire. I'm telling you. But what are their targets? What are their plans? Are they looking on what has not worked? That time they spent in Chankwan should have been to look at what has not worked for these 33 years. People, they are complaining. When people, they are complaining, they are entitled to complain. You cannot dismiss them. Uganda, let us stop dismissing people. Even if people, when people, they are not happy, they're going to use any language to say what they are not happy about. So please, let us not leave others behind. Regardless how they say it, we have to listen, because there is no smoke without fire. Let us do things ourselves. Let us choose a leader who are going to help us lead us and do things for ourselves. We are borrowing too much money. Uganda is in debt. Too much money. Example of CCTV. Why did we need to borrow money? We should ask everybody who owns a building in Uganda to as a mandatory to have CCTV camera. They earn a lot of money. Go to Maria Galleria, small room. I think it's got about 20 people. But the last time I knew, 10 years ago, each person was paying 800,000 shillings per month. You multiply that by 20. That is 1.6. So people, they have money. When somebody is not suitable, when somebody cannot manage, can build a building like that and have a hefty income, and they cannot manage to put on a CCTV camera, that person should not be allowed. So our problems, we can sort them. I keep on telling you, our problems, we can sort them out. Stop looking for somewhere else. Give people a chance and let people come up with the ideas for our country, not for political parties, for our country, for Uganda. We want to make a difference to Uganda. Mama, Dada, you are there. Please stop it. Get Uganda involved. Just leave Uganda for Ugandans, and Ugandans will do their job. For Ugandans, we can sort our problems. That's it.